and it's just time to wash this hair. What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking these braids out of my head. It is long overdue. They are really starting to look a little raggedy. I've got a lot of new growth and these parts are starting to disappear. So it's definitely time for me to take these out of my hair. But while I am removing my box braids, I'm going to be talking to you all about protective styling. What is protective styling? How to maintain your protective styles, how to take care of your hair while it's in the protective styles, as well as how to remove them, and a few examples of what protective styles are if you don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and unleash the beast. I've already taken out the back half of my hair and I'm just gonna do the front half on camera, so I'm not sitting here taking my hair down all night long because I know y'all don't want to see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the video. All right, now it's time to look a little crazy. I've already cut this side of my hair, so as you can see, the box braids have been cut and these are still long. I am going to show you how I cut them. Yes, I know my natural hair is not this long, but I don't want to risk cutting my hair, so I always cut it longer than where I think my hair starts. So I have my notes jotted down on my phone. I have my scissors and I have a Whole Foods bag filled with braiding hair that I have already cut out. Those are all the tools that you're gonna need to remove the styles. Just a good pair of scissors, a bag to dispose of the worn hair, and a good show. But you know, I can't really watch a show right now while I do this. Before I actually start the removal process of my box braids, y'all are gonna have to sit through me looking a little crazy for just a second. I'm just gonna read off what I have really quickly just to let you know what protective styles are and how they can be beneficial to your natural hair if they are maintained properly. Protective hairstyles aim to limit the stress of environmental factors. Environmental factors are simply just excessive heat, extremely cold weather, humidity, dry air, things like that that would have a negative effect on your hair's health. These styles are helpful because they help to keep the ends of your hair tucked away to discourage tugging, pulling, and extra manipulation that is just not necessary. But if you are not careful, these protective styles will not protect your hair at all, and they will actually cause more harm than good on your natural hair, and that is not something that any of us want, because at the end of the day, protective styles are to maintain and add to the health and wellness of your natural hair. Okay, now I'm actually going to start taking these out. A lot of people, I know me personally, like when it comes to my natural hairstyles, I will leave a style in no more than 2 weeks. Like 3 weeks, I'm doing good. 4 weeks, it's really a miracle. I don't leave my hairstyles in that long just because I like to change my hair too much. So a lot of times I would just say, you know, think of your protective styles like when you get your nails done. If you get an acrylic or things like that on your nails, then you know when it's time for a fill-in, because you'll start getting that space between the acrylic and your cuticles, and you know it's time to go get a fill-in. The same can be said with your protective styles like box braids, twists, things like that. When you start to get, you know, your new growth, it's time for a fill-in. So take it out, sis. Because at that point, it's not cute anymore. Stop trying to hold on to it. Now, you can really take care of your protective styles and they can last you months, because I know some girls who can get box braids, twists, whatever, and they can leave those styles in for 2-3 months. Me, on the other hand, I'm not gonna do that. Even if I'm maintaining it really good, I'm not leaving anything in my hair for that long, because I like to change my hair up too much. Now, most of the time with my box braids and stuff, when I get close to the root, and then as you can see, I don't know if y'all can tell, but like you can see all the dirt and stuff at the root, and it's just time to wash this hair. When your braids are starting to look a little rough, you can either decide to take them completely out and get them redone totally, or you can just get a touch up, and that's typically where you'll just go in around the edges and redo those areas just to make them look a little neater, more uniform, and it's not so frizzy. Because once the hair starts growing out at them roots, it's time to let it go. Now, it is a little bit easier when you have like weaves or wigs, then it's a little easier to hide the new growth. So those styles, they can usually go a lot longer than your typical box braids or twist, things like that, that show your roots immediately. So like I showed you on the roots, like right here, that's another way you can tell that it's time to take out your protective styles, is when you start to get a lot of buildup. And that's just, the buildup is mainly just a collection of dirt, dust, oils from your hair, oils from, you moisturizing your hair while it's in the style. It can be a number of things, but that's also going to take away from the health of your hair. And once again, we don't want that, because if you leave it there too long, the hair can start to knot up and get really matted. And if you leave it in too long, it'll break off. Some ways that you can prevent the buildup, if you do plan on leaving your protective styles in longer than 2 or 3 weeks, I would say probably wash your scalp, cleanse your scalp maybe every 2 weeks. The key to maintaining your healthy hair underneath these styles is moisture. You want to make sure that you are moisturizing your hair either daily or every other day. So I have a spray bottle that I keep water, conditioner, and oil in, and I'll just shake it up and I'll spray it on my roots and my braids every day. So it keeps my hair moisturized, because like even now my hair is still really soft. When you take your styles out, you don't want your hair to feel dry. You don't want it to feel brittle. Conditioning your hair daily or every other day while it's in the styles, like I said, that will help. That is always the goal, to maintain healthy hair even in the protective styles, because if you're not, then it's not a protective style anymore. Now that we have talked about how to maintain the styles and when it's time to take them out or to touch them up, whatever your preference is, let's talk about how to prep your hair before getting your protective styles. Usually what I do before I install a protective style, mostly braids or twist, because if I do a wig, I know I'm going to be taking the wig off and I can moisturize my entire head. I can wash the braids. I can take it down whenever I feel like it. But with braids, I know my hair is going to be tucked away for about 2 to 4, 6 weeks. No, for me, it's going to be 2 to 4. Some people will go, 4 to 6, if not longer. What I did to prep for this style, I shampooed my hair like usual, shampooed it, conditioned it, and I always deep condition. I always deep condition when I wash my hair anyway. However, you always want to make sure you deep condition before you install your protective style. After that, I put my hair in 2 flat twists, and this also just depends on your stylist. I would say always ask, if they would prefer your hair to be blown out before you got there. Some stylists do want you to go ahead and blow your hair out, or if they blow it out, they may charge you an extra fee. So like I said, I washed it, deep conditioned it, and then I put it in 2 flat twists, and I let it air dry overnight. And the next morning, I got up and I combed through it again just to make sure it was thoroughly detangled. One, because I'm tender-headed and I don't want anybody yanking at my head, because I would get up out that chair and I would leave. But I made sure my hair was thoroughly detangled just to make it easy on myself and my stylist. So, it wasn't a tug of war with my hair. Once I detangled it, I twisted it back down in my 2 flat twists, and I went on to my appointment. Now, if I needed to blow my hair out, I would have blown my hair out. Still, the next morning, I'll let it air dry overnight, and then I would get up and blow it out the next morning. After I blow it out, I would simply put it in either a low bun, or I would plait it in 2 plaits just to make sure it stays stretched, and head on to my appointment. Now, I do go ahead and apply all of my products, so my leave-in conditioner, as well as some type of thick cream moisturizer. I'll apply all of that the night before, so my hair isn't super greasy when my stylist is doing my hair, but my hair will be moisturized. Now, after I'm finished getting my hair done, I will either ask my hairstylist to oil my scalp, or 9 times out of 10, I'll just do it when I get home, because I probably forgot to bring the oil with me. So I just oil my hair, oil my scalp as soon as I get home the night of. That's also going to help with any soreness and tightness, so your head isn't hurting. Also, you want to make sure that whoever is braiding your hair is not braiding your scalp, because we all know that you can get those tension bumps, and those are not good at all, because they'll eventually pus up and that hair follicle will be dead, and you're just gonna go bald. And we don't want to be bald. We trying to save the edges. We are, mine a little thin in some spots, but at the end of the day, I still got them, and I want to keep it that way. So I'm gonna finish this side off camera, and then I'll come back when I get to this side, and we'll go through a few different types of protective styles and how they may work for your hair. Alright guys, we are all done. I am so happy because I am exhausted. It is now 12:11 at night, and this has literally taken me all day. So I am about to go wash my hair and deep condition it, and I'm probably just gonna leave the conditioner in my hair overnight and complete the process in the morning. So I will come back and show you what my hair looks like after I'm all finished. But I will say my head feels so good. It feels great to scratch, and my head feels so light because those braids can get really heavy. So I will see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, so it is the next day. As you see, my hair is back. I'm so excited. I've missed my little fro. My head feels so much lighter. My scalp feels so clean. So I'm going to get into the products that I use. Actually, no, I'm not. You can check out my Instagram by clicking the link below in the description box, and I will give you all the details on what I used to bring my curls back after taking down my box braids, and what I used to achieve this wash and go. So like we touched on last night, we talked about basically what protective styles are and how they aim to limit the stress of environmental factors on your hair, as well as discourage tugging, pulling, and excessive manipulation of your strands. It just really gives them a chance to rest. And you know, just like your body needs rest, your hair needs rest as well. So now we're going to get into just a few different types of protective styles. Of course, you have your obvious box braids, crochet braids, wigs, your braids like cornrow braids, and different things like that, as well as faux locks. So I did find some crochet hair and faux lock hair that I just kind of had laying around. Yes, I do have these things just laying around my house because you just never know when you want to change your hair up. So first, I'm going to get into the hair that I used for my box braids that I just took out, and it is the Spectra Easy Braid brand, and I got it in the color 1B37, I believe, and it's like an ombre. So I got this. You see the lighter color on the end and then the darker on the roots. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it actually, so it doesn't tell me how long it is, but it comes in a bag like this. I have another, I have some extra in the bottom there. And this is also the Easy Braid brand. So it comes with the ends already frayed, so you don't have to worry about those super straight, blunt ends, and you don't have to worry about trying to pull those on your own. Next, I have another one of my favorite styles, and it's these crochet faux locks. So this is the Made Beauty brand, and I did actually really like these when I installed them in my hair. And you can do them traditionally, you know, with the cornrows and feed them into your cornrows, or you can do them individually. I also have some crochet hair, and this is the Free Tress brand, and this is in the texture Water Wave, and it's 22 inches and the color 2. It doesn't tell me how much this one is, but I know the braiding hair, it was $5.99, and I believe I got about 4 bundles of the hair in a pack, and I purchased 2 packs, and I had a bundle and a half of the braiding hair left over after we finished doing my box braids. And I think that's it. So some other styles that you could do, puffs, like if you just pull your hair up in a puff or a pineapple, that also counts as a protective style, but it's more of a low manipulation style, which is the same as a wash and go. It is a low manipulation style, so it's a style that'll last you a few days without you having to do anything extra to maintain it. Most of the time when you just do your wash and goes, you pull it up in a few puffs, go to bed, wake up in the morning, take it down, shake it, and you're out the door. So that's a low manipulation style. Also, mini twist is a good example of a protective style because your hair will be in those twists, and typically those will last you a good little while. That is also a low manipulation style because you're not messing with your hair, but it is also a protective style because it will aid in the overall health and wellness of your strands. And that is the goal. That is always the goal. You just want healthy hair. Oh, and how could I forget, of course, buns. Whether it is a top knot bun, a low bun, 2 space buns, you know, however many buns you want to put in your head. Buns, buns, buns. Buns are also a really good protective style. And Bantu knots. If you want to wear your Bantu knots as a style and not necessarily do a Bantu knot out, Bantu knots are also a really good protective style. Alright guys, so that is going to conclude this week's video. I hope you all learned a little bit more about protective styling, as well as a little hint of what low manipulation styles are. Let me know in the comments if I mentioned any of your favorite protective styles, or if you have a protective style that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video.